Yo, what is up, Valor Nation? We got another video for you guys. I hope this is going to help you a lot. We're actually talking about how to build a custom YouTube banner that's going to look clean and professional, plus it's free. Let's jump into it. Yo, all right, guys. This is a video a lot of you guys have been asking me to make on stream. By the way, I stream from Monday to Friday, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. CST time. Come back, come by, anytime. Those of you who've already been there, of course, come back and hang out. But anyway, let's jump into the video. What you really want to know, how to create custom YouTube banners. Let's get into it. All right, guys, here we are. This is my YouTube channel. Looking at my YouTube banner here. Before we jump into how I created this banner, I want to show you guys the inspiration and how I actually, in my mind, figure out what I want to make and how I go into anything, especially streaming. If you're trying to create streaming as a business, you're trying to create this as a part-time thing or full-time, this is the things you need to take account and something definitely you need to learn. Something I've learned as I'm becoming and growing a growing streamer, you want to make sure you look at what the greats are doing. The guys that have made it, the professionals that have made it in a professional level, whether they're content creators, whether they're streaming, those are the guys that are really doing this thing full time and really getting it done. So for example, for me, I went and started looking at different YouTube banners, guys like Courage JD, Cypher PK, Ninja, Tim the Tatman, Hitbot, Dr. Lupo, Alpha Gaming. I'm looking at all these different kind of banners and I wanted to think, hey, I want to do something creative and put my own kind of spunk in it. What's something I can take and I can run with? So Alpha Gaming was great, very simple, but for me, I wanted something a little more. For me personally, I wanted something a little more for my YouTube banner that I could really get creative with. And one of them that I saw, I was inspired by, was Courage JD's. Not to say his is better than anyone else's, but this is just the one personally I had the eye for. Here he has all of his sponsors right here. He has his quote right here. I have a quote that I have: "In the face of fear, we rise." That's kind of our thing here at Valor Nation. And so he had these clean boxes, and I'm like, yo, that's something I could totally do, easy, no problem, in Google Slides, dude. So that being said, giving you guys the little secret here, I created my YouTube banner using Google Slides. Not kidding you, created on Google Slides, completely clean. I mean, look, it looks pretty great. This is what his was. This is what I took it to be. I made it my own. Instead of putting the quote up here, I have the quote right here. I played Valorant, Warzone. The instant you come into my YouTube channel, you know I'm a gamer. You know the games I enjoy and I love. And that's what I want to encourage you guys to do, is when people come in, they see your banner, they need to know who you are and what you do right off the bat. If they don't know who you are and what you do, I don't know how long they're going to stay there on it, all right? Assuming they've watched a YouTube video or so of yours, they probably know somewhat of what you do. But I encourage you, make sure you have who you are, what you do. If you have any sponsors, have those in there. For me, I'm still working on getting some sponsors for me. I'm a young streamer. I'm not afraid to say that. I'm in the process. Let's go, all right? So I got my Twitch and my YouTube. This is where I stream, and I upload my videos here on YouTube, all right? So that's what I do. I give them a little more of me. Once I get sponsors, those will probably be strengthed up, and I'll be putting sponsors here. So anyway, but I have a spot for that, right? So I have Fortnite right here because I play a lot of Fortnite. I have Minecraft over here. We're bringing Minecraft in the stream. I love Minecraft. We have Valorant, Warzone, and Sea of Thieves. Also games I absolutely love. So you don't have to do this. You don't have to make it this complicated. I just love making and designing things. And so I went all out, all right? Yours could be something more like Cypher BK's. Very, very simple. Or Ninja. If you have a green screen, you can get a nice little smile at you, and you can put your name in the background. It's super simple, all right? Tim the Tatman, all he has is his logo and his sponsors, all right? Hitbot, big logo, and his name on the side. I mean, you run with this, all right? So I'm gonna show you guys how I created this on Google Slides here. So let's jump into that. All right, here we are in Google Slides. So this is my creation here. This is what I created here on Google Slides. So if you're gonna create a banner on Google Slides, of course, you're watching this video, I'll see you well, you're gonna wanna know that your banner needs to be a height between 5.5 to 9.5, right about here. If you look at these measurements, my banner, the height of it is between 5.5 and 9.5 to fit the YouTube banner, okay? You can go as long as around, I'd say, yeah, you can see around here, it goes to about 26. I would say around 26. Because you can see my YouTube banner, it's pretty clean. It can go the full width, no problem of a Google slide. All right, that's why this is perfect for this. And you get to completely customize it, throw in there whatever you want. Where did I get these pictures and these logos? Super easy. All I did is use insert, image, search the web. All right, if you want to do Warzone, search Warzone. It'll give you the logo for that game. right there. I just threw it in. It's transparent. It's great. Same thing for Fortnite. Right there. All right, Fortnite. There it is. Right there. That's Fortnite. I used right there. I just threw it in there, put in my logo. So same thing. Minecraft was the only one I couldn't find, surprisingly enough. I created that myself just using some format and some shadowing there. If you want to know how to use shadowing, how did I get the shadowing on these boxes? You click the box here, you go to format, and you go to format options. All right, super easy. And you have drop shadow. You can choose how much shadow you want. You can kind of mess with that and be creative as you want there. All right. So again, you don't have to go as complicated as I did for a YouTube banner. I'm a designer. I'm kind of an artsy guy in my background. I love creating things and just having fun with them. And so this is what I did. So I just went all out. Instead of course, you can notice I have these 3 swords here. Courage AD had 3 stars. I'm like, I want swords because I'm a knight, bro. Here in Valor Nation, we're knights. So that's what I went with. And I liked my logo right here where it could really be seen because that's what stands out. It stands out to me. That's something very important. We face fear. Let's go. And so anyway, that's how I create it. So let's do something a little different here. I'm actually going to walk you guys through. We're going to try to recreate as close as we can. We're going to try to recreate. This is just a duplicate of my banner. We're going to try to turn my banner into more a Cypher PK, something very simple that he has. How does he do this? Let's make something very close and very simple to what he has right here. All right, let's do it. All right, so this is Cypher PKs. We're just going to use his as an example. I like his just because he has this little clean box around his and his logo, his name right here. It looks clean. So let's try to duplicate it. Let's do it. All right. So what we're going to do is we're in Google Slides. So you'll make sure you want to make a Google slide. If you don't have Google Slides, make a Google account. It's completely free. Make an email and then sign a Google Slides. It's completely free. All right. This is completely free. All right. So we're going to jump in here. I'm going to just delete some of this stuff. We don't need this here. We're just going to delete this out of here. We're going to delete this out of here. All right. We're going to keep the logo. We could keep these 2 things. He doesn't really have those though. Does he? He doesn't have he does have a sponsor. So we'll keep that. All right. So, wrong box. I'm just going to close that for the sake of confusion. And then we have, see these, all this is going to go. We're just going to get all this stuff out of the way. I'm going to keep this text just because I like it for the Son of Valor JC on the side. We're going to make that it. And so I'm going to remove the rest of this stuff right here. All right. So now we have our logo. We know it needs to be between 5.5 and 9.5 space. So we're going to shrink this just a little bit because you can see Cypher PK's logo is not huge. Very, very simple. All right. It's a very simple logo. And so I like my logo bigger because it's, it's not, his is like, my logo is kind of in a shield. It's a shielded logo. His is just a simple kind of an emote almost style, right? His dragon. And so for me, I want to keep mine a little bigger so people can see it and be conscious of that. You want to make sure people can see your logo, okay? And we're going to bring these guys down here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do 100% with those yet, but we're going to figure it out as we go, okay? So this is the adventure of building your YouTube banner, okay? And so we're going to make this to the left because we want this to be centered. Somewhat centered. So, and then I'm going to turn this. I like this font, and so I'm going to keep that font. And so I'm going to turn this into Son of Valor. So I'm going to do Son of Valor because Cypher PK, he has his Cypher PK. So you have this, my name again. Your name is going to be different than Cypher PK. So you got to be creative. So his is fully caps. Mine is Son of Valor, so people can read it. I kind of do the caps differently that people can see the V, the O, and the S, right? And then right here for the JC, we're just going to turn this red text into JC. And if you want to know how to turn this stuff to different colors, actually might space that out a bit. Space that out. And JC is just my initials. I always kind of have that. Looks better. And so if you want to know how to turn this a different shade, all you have to do is go to the A and you can switch the colors right there. Also, you can create custom colors right here, which is awesome. You can choose custom colors right here and create the color that matches your logo the best. Super easy. And so, of course, our text is going to need to be a little bit bigger. So we're just going to go here. We can go 30. I think we're going to need more than 30, maybe 60. Oh, yeah, there we go. So now we got line it up to make sure it's even. So it's a little low right now. So I'm going to have to bring it up just a little bit. All right. And then we have your YouTube and your Twitch, whether you're YouTube, whether you're Facebook gaming, I don't know, whatever you want to do. I'm a Twitch streamer. That's what I do. I used to be on Mixer, ex-Mixer streamer, RIP Mixer. So see, he has this. All right. His background's a bit darker than mine, so we're going to change that up a bit. All right, so we need to make for first and foremost that these are even, like somewhat even, and we can probably make these a bit bigger, just because the case of not too big. All right, so now we got this going. Son of Valor JC. And so how do I adjust my background? Hey, it's right there. Let's click background. Super easy. Okay. And then what we're gonna do, he has a kind of a dark, so we have a solid, you can go with solid gray, so we can go with the solid gray color, which looks like this. You know, very simple, you know, doesn't look too clean. I'm not personally, I'm not gonna be honest with you. Or you can go with gradients and do something like this, okay? Which is also an option. And so you can see Fabric, he has, both of his things are white, these are kind of purple, and so I might need to change that to, you know, I might want to not use the actual YouTube logo, or I can go to insert images and see if there's a better YouTube logo I can use. So we're just going to search YouTube here. All right, so we have these, which one of these would probably work better for our situation. Okay, so probably one of these would work better. So we're going to grab this and see if it's transparent or not. So this one's not transparent. We'll see if this one's transparent. So you kind of want to test it out. See this? Okay, there we go. This one's transparent. So we're going to move this. And this is just a little YouTube play, you know, a little YouTube link. You know, you can use this. And or you can create a YouTube text. You know, you don't have to use a YouTube logo if you don't want. It's totally up to you. You can go through here and find what you want. Oh, this one might be good. Let's see if that's transparent. That could be good too. Ooh, this one's transparent. Hey, let's go. See, you can also use this. See, I mean, it's awesome. I mean, I love Google Slides. It gives you a lot of options. Kind of matches my logo too, which is kind of lit. And your logo might not be red and black, but I mean, hey, go you, and kind of matches the Twitch a bit better. And if you don't like the Twitch purple, then put it right here. All right, you know, for me the purple might not work, so I'm going to see like if there's any other options I can find here. I think the purple will have to do. I mean, I have this one, but that's probably going to blend in with the black a bit. But there's a lot you can do here, guys, and be very, very creative with it. All right, so we got this, and so now I need to remove that. That's going to ignore me so much. All right. No, I don't mean that. Put it back. It's getting mad at me for grammar. Look at that. Can I ignore this? Yeah, add it to the dictionary. Thank you. Add it to the dictionary. All right, there we go. I'm going to space that out so the J isn't quite right on there. So Son of Valor JC, that looks really lit, right? And so now the background, is the background dark enough? I think it needs to be darker. So we're going to go background again. Transparent. And we're going to do that. That looks a bit better. That looks a bit better. I kind of like the gradient. And so you could get some like white little spots in here if you really wanted to. And maybe try something different here. But yeah, I mean, there's so many things you can do to like just think out of the box. If you can't get that exact background somewhere, then create it yourself here on Google Slides. If you want this just to be a plain gray gradient and you don't want like the white there, all we have to do is go to backgrounds and we just make this a dark gray. I just go to solid and I'm just going to make this like a dark gray. So since we don't have one, I'm going to have to go to customs. All right. We're going to kind of custom real quick and we're going to create our own kind of custom gray here. All right. That looks pretty dark. So we're going to go there. All right. Is that dark enough? I think that's pretty close. Maybe a little darker, but we'll go with that. I think that looks decent. I kind of like that. That looks clean, you know? And then I'm going to move these here. All right. So the next step is we could get the little white lines here. If you want like the little white spots, you can literally, if I were you, I would just use the Google shapes here. And just make a very, very small little circle and, you know, copy that and then just paste it around. So yeah, you just hold that. Oh, okay, there we go. So now we can just do that. So just make sure you do that and then hover over it and then it's going to let you do that. So we're going to just kind of do that. There we go. We can get like come out of it, look for the cursor. There we go. Kind of get some little spots kind of hanging around here. Kind of give it some kind of like the Cypher PK feel. You know what I mean? All right, here we go. So anyway, that's kind of like, I mean, that's, you know, it has a lot of spots kind of random, but you can just kind of place those around really easy, kind of around, just to kind of give it that feel. And if you want to change the color of these, you can, you know, do whatever you want. You can change the color, make them a little more transparent. I think CypherPK has these a little more transparent, so they kind of fade into the gray a bit better, which I think is great. And so anyway, you got that right there. Again, the text options are great. You have tons of different text options. This was just what I went with because I'm more of a night feel. You go with what you want to do. As far as that goes. And the last thing we want to do is how do we do this little rectangular box he's got here? Super easy. All right. Watch and learn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a shape, but this time, instead of doing what we did before, we're going to change this up a bit. All right. I'm going to use this to make a line, the top line. All right. It's about, I'd say about there. I think it's about that thick. Yeah, that looks good. And I can make this line smaller or whatever I want to do with it. All right. So how close is his line? It's about there. Okay. So I'm going to do this. All right. Because it's a bit smaller. This one's going to be a little harder to do. This is a little harder to do. Make sure, again, it's centered. Center is key. Make sure you're centered. All right. All right. That looks about good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make sure this is black here. We're going to make it a shade of black. Boom, bada bang. And then the outline also needs to be black. Okay. Now it looks clean. You can see that there was a gray outline. So look at this. So we're going to go back a bit. So now there's a gray outline. Okay. You want to make sure your box is black and your outlining is black. Otherwise, it's going to be black and you're going to get upset. So don't do that. Okay. All right. So let's push forward. All right, so now we're going to do this. What I want to do is just make this easy. I'm going to do copy, okay? And I'm going to do paste. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this and I'm going to rotate it. I'm actually going to shrink it a bit right now. Wait for it to straighten out. There we go. I'm going to take about there. Might be good. We'll see. And then I'm going to turn it around. It'll click like that. Help you out there. There we go. These are going to match up. And I can kind of see now. Okay, I need to make this a little less longer. It's a little long. I'm going to bring it up. Probably about there. Needs to come up a bit. It needs to be even with my sponsors or, you know, whatever you're trying to promote right here. I'll just call it your promotion area, right? And then what we can do is we can just copy this. Click it. Make sure you're hovering over it. Copy. Paste, grab this bad boy, bring him over here, and then what we can do is we're going to copy this again, and we're going to paste it. We're going to bring it down here. All right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it go boom, and then I'll copy this guy, and I'm going to paste it. And then go boom. And now we can have both of our profiles here. And it's looking not too far off from Cypher PK. All right, not too far off at all. So this is, again, we can, his has kind of a fade, looks a little more scratchy because the white dots. Again, you can put more time in that yourself and do that. I'm going to shrink my logo just a little bit more, and there you go, guys. There you go. I think that looks not. That doesn't look too bad. So there you go. That's us recreating Cypher BK. That took us about what, 15 minutes or so, 10 minutes to build. And so there you go. That's our simple little, you know, a simple little build there. I got to move that up a bit. This is actually a little off. Okay, there we go. So yeah, make sure your boxes are good. All these are the same size. It comes together. We did exactly what they did. Looks super clean. You can add more dots in there, do what you want. You can do the gradient thing if you want to, change the text. This is just what I went with, and it looks pretty good. And so anyway, there you go, guys. I hope that helps you, but that's all we got for you here in Google Slides. All right, guys, that is how you build your own custom banner using Google Slides. We use the example of using Cypher BK's, looking at his banner and recreating. Again, that's not what you have to do. I just want to inspire you. Go look at other streamers, check out what they're doing, learn what they're doing, be inspired, and then create your own custom banner. All right, if this helped you guys, please be sure to leave that like, subscribe, and if you really enjoyed it and you want to see more videos like this from this amazing channel, please make sure to ring that bell to be notified when new videos come out. All that being said, guys, thank you for all your support. Again, we stream from Monday to Friday, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Central Time. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, or come by on the stream and ask them there. I'll talk to you there. I'd love to get to know you. Thanks again, guys, for your support, guys. As we always say, live strong, love strong, stay strong, and I will see you on the next video. Yeah, you did.